Thanks for joining us at Sportingbet. It is, of course, our third and final preview video of the Euro 2016 tournament. Josh has been good enough to come over from Manila, one of our trading team. You've seen him in videos 1 and 2, and now finally we're going to run things off, Josh, by looking at the outrights and the top goal scorers. So thanks again for coming over.
No worries.
Spared no expense here to get Josh over from Manila. So what we'll do, mate, we do want to get the traders' view here as to why and how you shape some of these markets, to give the viewers an idea as to how you're looking to get money in, or in actual fact how we're going to make money on the tournament. So it does give people a view. I've just been through some of the prices. I can see that we, as a firm, Sportingbet, top price about 3 teams in particular. I'll go through those in a minute, and then maybe we'll get your overall tournament views. Germany 4-1, Belgium 11-1, and Austria 40-1. We are best industry priced those 3. I mean, just starting at the top there, Germany, from a punter's point of view, I'd imagine they had plenty going for them, but why do they stick out for you?
We're more than happy to lay Germany top price there. We just recently pushed them out from 7-2 to 4s. We think there's massive question marks over them defensively. They've been conceding a lot of goals recently. Qualifying didn't go very smoothly. Losses to Ireland and Poland in that. Beat by England in that famous 3-2 comeback in Germany not so long ago. Beat by France as well, quite convincingly in the friendly. Didn't register a shot on target in that match. Lost to Slovakia a few days ago. I know that wasn't the best team, but still not great preparation for the...
Just one question about it. Obviously, as a punter, I'm sure many punters think this way. Do you not take into account that they kind of regard as tournament experts, and they can obviously get their way through these things? They've got a great track record, but I suppose at 4-1, it's still on the short side.
I think big tournament experience maybe counts for a little bit, but we're still happy to take them on at the price. They have a tough route to the final. Should they win their group, they're probably going to set up a quarter-final with Belgium, then possibly a semi versus France, and then obviously on to the final.
So nothing easy about Germany's route to the final. Belgium 11-1, obviously lots of players in the Belgian team that we know from the Premier League. A real buzz team, aren't they?
Yeah.
A fashionable team. They were well backed in the World Cup. You've stuck your neck above the parapet here for Sportingbet 11-1. What's the reason for that?
Not necessarily anything against this Belgium team. I think they've got a fantastic squad. It's definitely a golden generation for them. The main issue here is their extraordinarily tough run to the final. The winners of their group gets the runners-up of Group D, so Spain, Croatia, Turkey. Most likely Croatia, but you wouldn't be surprised to see them get Spain in the second round. Then into the quarters, probably going to get Germany, France in the semis, and then obviously onto the final still. So they're going to need a bit of luck.
So it's not a knock on the Belgians, it's just basically
just the draw. I think they're going to need a bit of luck. Maybe some of the big teams, either France or Germany, don't win their groups, or they get maybe Turkey or Czech Republic as the runners-up in the second round.
Okay, fair enough. And then finally, in terms of what we're best priced about, Austria 40-1.
Yep.
2 teams that have kind of been on the radar for some value players have been Austria and Poland. Any particular reason why we want to stick out on Austria? I mean,
Austria,
they've been fairly impressive in qualifying, haven't they?
They won 1-9 and drew 1, no losses, I think. A lot of people's dark horses, Austria, but we think there's a lot of hype around this team, maybe a bit too much, and they've been backed to a bit too short of a price now. We're more than happy to lay the 40s.
Okay. Just a quick word on England, because traditionally bookmakers will always expect to take a lot of money in England, and don't mind taking that money. But we're 8-1 this time. There's a slightly different vibe around England at the moment, a talented squad, but how do we sit here? Because do you want to see the floods of cash for them, or do you just think it's the right price?
I think in previous tournaments, bookmakers have been able to lay England at a short price, but I don't think that's necessarily the case these days. If you look back at the World Cup, they were like 33-1. I don't think you could argue they were a much bigger price than that. And we think they're a fair price again this time round.
Is it something you'd want? Would you want to lay them? Do you think they've got a chance?
We're looking to keep them on side. They are actually quite big losers for us, because we saw a flood of money for them after their 3-2 win against Germany. So we don't particularly want to lay them too much anymore.
Okay, and then finally, let's get down to the nitty-gritty then. I mean, it looks a tight tournament, slightly different format this time around, obviously, but where would your money go, and where do you I mean, obviously there's a full trading team there. What do the traders believe is the most likely team to win this tournament?
I know it's a bit boring, but France, we really fancy France's chances. We simply believe they are the best team in the tournament. Then if you combine that with home advantage, also they look to have one of the easiest groups, and their route to the final looks pretty favourable as well. should they win their group, they get one of the third best teams in the last 16. Probably Austria or Russia in the quarters, which is more than winnable. And then Germany, if they all win their respective games and come top of their groups in the semis, but they'll be quite strong favourites against Germany. In the semis,
in fairness to Josh, a slightly original pick, I think, because it's so easy as a bookmaker to just say we want to take the favourites on. So on this occasion, the Sportingbet traders are going to be with France. They believe that France 11-4, the most likely winner. Josh, we'll look at the top goal scorer list as well, because it's a list laden with talented players, some of the world's greats in there. Just look at the top of the market there. Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously 15-2. Then we've got two players that were top priced about, Thomas Muller and Antoine Griezmann, 8-1 and 10-1. Harry Kane were best priced about 16-1, and then Alvaro Morata, who is 20-1. Obviously the likes of Lewandowski 14-1 and Lukaku 14-1. Like I said, talented list, but four players I mentioned there: Muller, Griezmann, Kane, Morata. Any reason why we want to be against those guys?
Yes, Muller was certainly happy to lay top price at 8-1. I mean, he's had a good season for Bayern again. He was Germany's top goal scorer in qualifying. A great record for Germany. Doesn't seem like we should be taking him on, but there's a few question marks over where exactly he's going to play in that Germany team. He could be playing more out wide. I don't think he's going to be an out-and-out striker, so I think we're more than happy to take him on.
Okay, Griezmann?
Griezmann, again, could be
a great season.
Great season at Atletico, but I think Giroud may be playing as France's main focal point up front. So whether he's going to get the lion's share of the goals for France remains to be seen.
And we'll talk about Harry Kane, because there may well have been a clash between our traders. I mean, you're not overly keen on being biggest price, but one of the other guys obviously doesn't mind.
I'm not overly keen to be top price Harry Kane, to be honest. I think he's going to be England's main focal point up front, with Rooney and Vardy will be playing a bit deeper. So whether he takes penalties or Rooney takes penalties is a question.
And finally Morata, because you're still biggest about him, 20s.
Yeah, Morata, his goal scoring record for Juve, it's not tremendous. So yeah, we're happy to take him on at 20s as well.
And most likely winner, I mean, Ronaldo's the favourite. Is that the guy you'd want to be with? Obviously, dependent really upon the quality of the team you're playing for, isn't it?
With Portugal, yeah, they don't create an awful lot. I think they only scored like 11 goals in qualifying. Obviously, he is the main man for Portugal, but if they're not creating much, then it's going to be hard for them.
Okay, so if I'm going to give you a five now to bet on your own market, who would you put it on to be the
I think
top
a really interesting one is Mario Gomez for Germany. He's had a cracking season for Besiktas, something like 26 goals in 33 games for them. I think he might have just forced himself into the team. And if he does, I think he'll be playing as Germany's main focal point up front.
Rather than Muller.
Rather than Muller, exactly. That's why we're happy to lay him. We saw with Germany in the World Cup, they were in the knockout stages. They went with Klose as their sort of number 9. And Gomez could be doing the same. He started 3 of the 4 last friendlies, scored against Slovakia and against England. So
terrific stuff. Well,
he's not necessarily a definite starter, but if he does, it could be a cracking bet.
It's a good value pick there for Josh. So that sums up our videos. And Josh's pick for Euro 2016 is going to be France. He also thinks that Mario Gomez could go quite well in the Golden Boot top goal scorer reckoning. But you must genuinely get onto Sportingbet each day. Have a look at the value offers we've got. We've got a £50,000 group predictor, which is live now. Daily enhanced trebles throughout the tournament. And we've got a host of other specials, Comeback Kings just being one of them. Make sure you join us at Sportingbet. We'll have a fantastic tournament here. The betting tournament of the summer. We look forward to seeing you soon here at Sportingbet.